Hi there, and welcome back to the Josephine Project. I bet you're wondering, how's the Kickstarter going? Well, we're 2 weeks into the campaign, halfway through, and we're only 10% funded. That's bad. That's very bad, actually. This is not the worst place we've been so far in this project, and I want to go back and just review a few other times that this project's been on the ropes and how those times have turned out. We started out with a team of 13 people who were raising funds to go to Lesbos and film our trailer. That team dwindled down to just 5 people. And that was a problem because we didn't have some of the key skill sets that we needed. Then as we got closer and I was working through the trip finances, I realized that with only 5 people, the funds that were coming in to make the project function were too few. Just before we left, about 2 weeks before we left, our fixer, Kim Garrity, flew to the island, and that was an essential step because we needed all of his information back so that we could actually plan the shooting. Our pre-production planning was all based on his prep, so we couldn't plan where we were going to shoot or when we were going to shoot things or any of that because Kim was sick and he couldn't give us the information we needed. So when we got on the plane, our team, and we flew and all met together in Athens. And then our actress arrived. I was facing a lot of uncomfortable questions. Who's going to do my hair and makeup? So what day are we shooting this scene? And when are we shooting that? And what locations are we working with? And who's going to be our extras? And all of these questions. And I had answers to none of them. Everything was coming apart at the seams. And then our actress had a family crisis. And she had to turn around and fly back to Italy. And so first night of our trip, before we've shot anything, our first moment is the looking out at the wreckage of everything that was, of all of our plans and everything that we had in mind and how none of it was working and it was literally all falling apart. And you could look at that and you could think, wow, so these guys had all of those bad things happen and then they started this Kickstarter and it's going wrong too. When are they going to get the hint that this is just not a good idea? It's one way to look at it. But here's what happened. We spent 6 days on the island. Each day, we would go out and we would shoot stuff, not knowing if any of it would fit. We weren't able to shoot our script. We got stopped by the police. We got, barred out of entering the refugee centers. We had every imaginable thing that we could have come up with and imagined going wrong was going wrong. But each day, we would stop, we would pray, and we would say, okay, Lord, what do you want us to do today? Go take a look at our trailer. You look at it and tell me if you think we failed. Sure, we didn't have an actress, but we wound up with 3 different actresses standing in and playing Josephine at different parts in the trailer. We actually came back with a surplus. Some crazy loaves and fishes miracle took the money that was not going to be enough and stretched it so that I actually had extra funds that I was able to pour into the post-production to make it even better. All this random footage, all these clips, all these things we did, they all came together and they made something. And even, go back, if you haven't seen it, I encourage you, go back and watch vlog number 12. Because in it, I tell this incredible story about how God just worked an amazing miracle, even in the costumes, with a distant art director in the United States sending us drawings for costumes for somebody here in Condern to hunt down that didn't work and were wrong and then proved to be amazing when all of the details came together. And in every case, it's always been last minute and it's always been unexpected and we could never see it coming and it's never worked out quite the way we thought. But at every stage of this crazy adventure, God has come through and he's come through big and he's come through in a way that we look back and we go, wow. That's amazing. It's so much better than our idea or our plan. I don't know what that looks like in the context of the Kickstarter campaign and getting the feature film funded. All I know is that I can see going all the way back on this project where God keeps putting his hand on it and saying, yes, do this. So that's where we are. We're here. We're doing it. We're taking the next faithful step each time. may look like we're on the ropes, but God's going to do something. And we're excited to see what it is. Thanks. Have a great week. Bye-bye.